Sean, welcome back. I got a fun one for you today. I like this one a lot. This is my series of reacting to every skate part I've ever put out, starting back from 1997, and we're now up to 2010. This makes it the 8th part in this series. Go ahead and go to my profile and find the playlist if you want to catch up and see the whole series. And drop a like, drop a comment, smash subscribe to come watch the rest of them. This is by legendary Oregon skater Steven Reeves. I love that guy. Legendary skater, legendary ripper, legendary human being. Steven's fucking awesome. He rules. And it looks like here on Vimeo we got about 32,000 views, and then he had it listed on Transworld Skateboarding site. They did a Thursday theater where every Thursday they would post just local videos and stuff, and we got on there, so there was probably a lot more thousands of views from that. So it's funny to think that probably hundreds of thousands of people have seen me dick around from this part as compared to my other parts. And then we had a video premiere at the Plan B bar in inner southeast Portland back in 2010, early 2010.
Beer.
And it was a great fucking time. This is I guess you would categorize this as like a party video.
Butt
I was kind of an outlier to this crew. Like, I'm friends with all these guys. I know them. I've skated with them a bunch of different places, a bunch of different times. But like what's presented in this video, like was their life. Like they lived this every day, the party lifestyle, the filming lifestyle. I just kind of dabbled in it. This is a Portland, Oregon video. I had just moved to Portland, and I didn't move to Portland for the skate scene or for friends or for any kind of social thing. Like, I'd moved to Portland just to pursue my career. And then it just so happened that half the people I knew and was friends with from Eugene also were in Portland at the same time, had ended up moving to Portland, everybody for different reasons, but we had all ended up there. So this is all Steven Reeves's project. I'm thankful that he thought of me and took the time to edit this and that I could have been included. And I think Daniel really made this possible because most of these guys, I think they were from Southern Oregon originally. I hadn't known them before my Portland days. And Daniel Evans was like my connection into this kind of crew of people. If you watched the series before, he was the filmer for a lot of my past parts. So we were still good friends. I even lived with Daniel for a while here. So if you've been watching the series so far, I usually divide it into different parts where there's like a biographical component. Like I'm telling the story of my life that put me in a position to be in these videos. And then there's like the skate component, like a trick breakdown. Literally the branding of this channel, Sean from Portland, these days that are captured in this video is filmed from summer 2009 until spring 2010. The snapshot of life that's captured in these clips is like, this is where the Sean from Portland brand began. This is where I became Sean from Portland. I'd lived kind of all around Oregon already my whole life growing up, and I went to high school in California. I would have been 26 to 27 in this video. And so from age 17, 18 to 26, 27, I had already been coming to Portland like all the time. It's about an hour and 45-minute drive from Eugene. And I used to be really into like the death metal scene, and most of the death metal shows didn't really come to Eugene as much. They always went to Portland instead. So in some cases, I would be going 3 times a month to Portland to catch death metal shows, or just to spend the weekend in Portland because it was more exciting than Eugene. I was a strict vegan for like a lot of years. The vegan stuff was all happening in Portland more than Eugene. There was like a ton of like hipster vegan cafes and stuff like that. Before I moved to Portland here in like May 2009, I was already very familiar. Like it didn't feel like the same as if you like moved across the country and started a new life in a new place. Like I was super familiar with Portland. It already felt like home. I already knew my way around all the streets. I knew all the places. I'd already been coming there since I was a little teenager. In the last part review, I talked about how I felt like the opportunity was just like dried up for me in Eugene. Like software engineering was not the same as it is today in terms of like jobs. It really only happened in like, there was like Silicon Valley and the SF scene and New York and LA and then like Seattle, Microsoft. I feel as if during this time was like a tech renaissance exactly taking place at this time, '07, '08, '09. I think Portland was just becoming on the map, and I've heard the term thrown around before, like the Silicon Shire. I know that's mainly used for Eugene, I think, but I think people have used it for Portland when Portland was becoming a tech place. And so I came to Portland to find better tech work, and I didn't want to leave all the things that I knew and loved and all the people I knew and my family. But I was just strictly coming for more opportunity and to work into tech. And so what I'm getting at is that this skate part, again, it was not intentionally filmed. I was not like, I didn't have my mind set on like, I'm filming a part, like I have to get clips and I have to go to all these places. It was like, I was there to work. The skating was just a big bonus. It was just a big extra. The fact that I knew some of these guys and was able to go get these clips. So it's another incidental part. It's just it's the clips that came about from living the lifestyle and not the clips that I went filming for to create an intentional part. And then just a little more context to wrap up the biographical segment here. In the last part, I talked really extensively about getting depression and anxiety and panic disorder issues for the first time in my life. And that was in like 2007 and 2008. So I didn't really like conquer those things and defeat those things. I just kind of moved to Portland, and then I did what all 26-year-old guys do, which is just bottle it up and fill your life with distractions. So when I wasn't at my downtown hipster ad agency programming job, then I was going to all the hipster vegan cafes and trying to go to as many shows as I could, and dating a bunch of women and riding my motorcycle. I started renting a music studio just off of like Inner Burnside, and it was like a dream of mine for like 10 years to become a better musician and to try to learn music better and record my own solo music. And so I was going for that too. I rented this studio and I would spend my evenings there till late at night. I would be trying to learn how to play guitar and writing and recording songs. And I recorded 2 albums while I was in Portland, and they're like embarrassingly shitty. I'm like embarrassed a lot by them. But to become a better musician, just like becoming a better skateboarder, like you have to just do it at some point. Like no matter how embarrassing and shitty you are in the beginning, you have to just do it. And so I jumped in and I was messing with that. And all those things were like a bigger priority to me than skateboarding. But I still loved skating. And so skating and all these things, I really think, like looking back now, it was just a distraction. Just try to fill your life with distractions to not be depressed. And the main source of my depression was money. When I came to Portland, when I got my first job, I was doing like back of napkin calculations to think like how long till I can buy a house. Like this is when I was first dreaming of becoming a homeowner. And I was thinking under my current salary that if I just worked hard for like 5 years and stayed at the same job, I could probably afford to buy a house. The way it transpired is it was way difficult to hold a job. So the job was always very volatile. That would be big financial setbacks. The economy crashed again. There was a 2011 real estate crash. And then rents started going up in like a runaway type of way. 25% rent increases year over year over year over year. And in a matter of like 3 years, I remember rent in Portland had been tripled. And I think this largely has to do with, I was talking about how tech came to Portland. I think it largely has to do with that. Just suddenly it was a in-demand tech hub where shit was happening, and before that it was a dusty old quiet Oregon town in the woods, I feel like, and it was a haven in the 90s for artists and musicians, and it was a place where like that starving artist stereotype, you could just be a poor bohemian artist living in Portland, and that was like alive and well in the 90s. That was a thing. And I feel like in this 5-6 years that I lived in Portland, I watched that way of life kind of nearly die. Like rents just quadrupled and house prices quadrupled. Just the Portland of 2011, 2012 looked nothing like the Portland of 1999, 1998. Like shit changed so much permanently, and it's still changing a lot to this day. So that's the biographical component. This part encapsulates the birth of Sean from Portland as a brand or whatever. We're going to see more of the Portland years. There's more parts that I had out of Portland, but this was the beginning of those days, and it just felt like unlimited potential. It just felt like a new, exciting time, but it just felt like I was on the up and up, and it felt like life was going to be all up from here, and my career was going to be secure, and I was going to eventually become a homeowner, and these are all the thoughts I had at this time, and I was just trying to basically fill the time until that stage of my life could begin, which is really stupid thinking. You need to be way more proactive than that about your life, and that might have been the case for like boomers, but this wasn't the case in the new economy that we were in at this time. And so now we'll go into a trick by trick breakdown. All right, shout out to Perry Hall, the realist, holding up the beer cooler there. I wasn't here on this day. I honestly don't even know who these first guys are in the part. I don't know who that dude is, and I don't know who the dude is that did the trick. But I know Perry Hall. A lot of this crew, it was kind of centered around drinking Bud Ice and Camo Can bum beer. And cracking it open was a Skirdoosh when it's all shaken up. And so a bunch of people in the video got beer cans splashed in their face, and I volunteered to do it here. Which I don't even drink beer, so it's just a funny thing. I want to do one of those 360 things. You go like, and you flip it around, and it gets really good because you spin it and you put your foot down. Blatantly trying to get funny stuff for this video, and what I was trying to say here, I was trying to say that I wanted to get a frontside 180 no comply, and you do the other 180 on the ground. I don't know the name for that, like frontside 360 no comply, basically. That's what I was just trying to tell Daniel that, and he shoved the fisheye. It was like 1 inch from my face, and I was trying my hardest to keep it cool. I was trying to just like roll with it and say what I was gonna do, but Daniel is like so funny. He makes me laugh all the time, and the fisheye was like comically close to my face, like 1 inch. And then I just like blanked out on what the frontside no comply was called, and that's where this clip came about. It made me seem way more stoned than I actually was, but I just was cracking up and losing it at that point. Yeah, there's these like quartz rock things or whatever that type of rock is called, basalt, right? I was trying to transfer over. That hurt really bad. That shit bladed me in the calf. And then I was also filling my life with distractions with Xbox, and Skate 2 was kind of the game of the time, and you could customize your outfit, and I was like a fucking menace on Skate 2 and Skate 3. I'm like super good at that, and so I used to like play kids online, and because I was like comfortable with myself as like being a good OG skater, I made my creative character just like the funniest outfits that I could create in Skate 2. So I always rocked the booty shorts, and I was just trying to provoke kids online, like make kids talk shit. I tried to make it look like me, and yeah, just have the funniest created character. One of the themes with this Skirdoosh video is everybody had like a costume, like literally everybody had a different costume, and so part of my costume was I tried to just create my exact look from the Skate 2. So this was my exact character here. I do this 1 foot 360 thing, and so I try to do it up on the top of this ledge at University of Oregon. My feet weren't quite right. My weight, I just ate it. Got it next try. The point of all this is trying to make people laugh. A little layback. Right here, this is in Eugene. This was like winter break, and it was like 30 degrees outside, and there's just this random new little pyramid street spot that was put in, and this hill's steeper than it looks on video, and I just was trying to think of ridiculous things to do. I'm like, what if I went full speed and did like a 20-foot ollie down the steep hill and then just like stuck it in the muddy grass and ate shit? Like, that would be funny. But then in the actual like booty shorts outfit and whatever, just something didn't go right. I think my wheels clipped over the edge or something, and so I only tried it once, and I didn't even pop. This was just supposed to be a big ollie. I didn't even pop it right, and I was going so fast down this hill, I just ate shit. It's freezing cold out there. This is the spot. This is what I was trying to get, that same pressure heel flip from my last part. Late shove it up Springfield. Front 180 boneless, casual. Portland, waterfront, double boneless. You can see me smiling like I was talking with Daniel. I'm like, okay, what is the most like illegal trick to do flat ground in a line? And we were thinking like boneless. And so I'm like, all right, I'll do 2 bonelesses. So if people thought it was an accident, like I'd do it a second time. Boneless. Like, let's see someone do something more offensive than that. That's what I thought. Hippie hop over the bike rack. Drop in. Kickflip hand slide. I got that from yskate.com. The guy that runs that, Josh Ellis. I used to run an Oregon skate site in the early 2000s. And from doing that, I became online friends with the guy that runs the yskate.com site from Wisconsin. And in one of their videos, they had a fully screw around video, and I saw variations of this trick. I never saw anybody do that anywhere else, so that's where I got that from. 5-0 shove, that's any given day. Switch heel over this barrier. Another hand slide. And Daniel comes in. He wore the Christmas sweater practically every day for like, I want to say more than a year or two. And then he would bust it out just to get tricks in sometimes. He'd take out the Christmas sweater. And it's the same kind of thing, I think, is just like, what is the most off the wall? What would be the most outrageous, annoying thing? And everyone was kind of trying to do stuff like that for these videos. So his thing was the Christmas sweater. And everybody in this had an alter ego really for the video. It's kind of like, who would you become at a drunken party? Like, which version of you would come out? And that's kind of the version of everybody that made it in this video. So he had a whole alter ego, Boris Zabacum. And Daniel killed it in this video. His skating was awesome, and most of it was in the Christmas sweater, and he had the fake accent to go along with it. And if you haven't seen it before, definitely hit the link, and you should check out this video. Ed Benedict, winter 2009, in my death metal outfit, Black Dahlia murder shirt, throwing a little back shifty, nollie nose grind. I knew that I bounced. I didn't even care. Didn't try to get the clip again. This kickflip was pretty sick. I do this every time I go to Ed Benedict. I always do this kickflip. And we just got one on film. Tried to get a blasted one. I can't remember this skate park name. I don't think it's there anymore. It was in Northwest Portland, just under the Fremont Bridge there. I can't remember the name of this spot, but they had this whole mini ramp built, and I was Noe, stuck a sticker on, busted the tray flip because I don't know how to skate transition, so I was trying to find street tricks to do. And that shirt was by this designer from Eugene named Mitra. I used to love her art and her designs. and she was like selling stuff at the Alberta Street Fair, and I got this shirt from her. Legendary Eugene person. So yeah, Noe Chavez throws the sticker on the foot. I come in, and that was a big ass tray flip. It was honestly like 9 or 10 feet or something, blasted over this little bump. Got some props. That's the thing with these old standard def videos, and then like years of compression, is like you can't see in the background. I can't identify these people. Like somebody's banging their board for me, and somebody's got their hands up, and it looks like this guy might have been filming. I've never seen that angle, but I can't remember who any of these people are because the footage is so shitty. They're just like 5 pixels. That's one cool thing about the HD age is you get more of the environment and the background in the shot. But yeah, I love this clip. Back 5-0, skate park opening in Washington State. I said, you got to get it 180 or else it's no good. So try to do a boneless all the way 180. Then my ender is a layback board downtown Portland, and I haven't been to Portland in several years, but by the time I left, this now is like overrun, just graffiti, homeless, just like tents and piles of piss and stuff and trash everywhere. And this was at the time where it used to be an active office building, and I see there's a for sale sign in it. So it was like it had just gone vacant. But in this time, 2010, like Portland was still clean. It wasn't the shithole that it became. Downtown was still mostly clean. And look, there's like no trash, no graffiti, no tents. That's pretty crazy to see compared to how Portland became really soon after. So I said none of these clips were intentional. This is the only clip in here that was intentional. I was roommates with Daniel for a while, and I wanted to do this. I wanted to do something on here forever. And so one morning I'm like, let's get this clip. Like, I want to get this layback because like the video was almost done, and let's just go for it. And that's a high ollie. You have to ollie like really high to get on that. You can see where the handrail height is, and so it's a whole nother like foot higher than a handrail height. But at that Springfield park, I used to do layback boards like a billion zillion times. So it was the identical setup to that. It was just like a few more stairs and a few inches higher. So I knew for a fact I could do it. So it was really scary though, because like, I don't know, if you caught your front wheels like right there on the ollie, like you could conceivably like catch your toes and like somersault over the ledge and eat shit on the bricks down here. Like there was some risk, like you conceivably could eat shit, but I was confident about it. All you have to really do on this trick is try to get your butt above the height of the ledge. So see my butt right there. That's all you got to do. You got to clear your butt above the height of the ledge and then just lean your weight back. So yeah, we shot 2 angles. They're 2 separate tries. Did the fisheye and the long lens. Tried the front 360 no comply, didn't quite crank it around. And that's it, 2009 Skirdoosh by Stephen Reeves. I've got great memories of that time. This was like a foundational time in creating the version of me that I am today, living through this. And Portland of 2009 to 2014, like really shaping me. And these are just magical years. I think for a lot of people, being older now and hearing people's stories about what they lived through being 25, 26, 27. I think 27, I think in the age of like 27-ish is like a pivotal age for most people. Most people have like fond, exciting memories about somewhere around that time of being 27, I feel like. Maybe it has something to do with, they say your brain isn't fully developed till you're 25. And so 27 is kind of like your first years as an early adult. Late 20s is a magical time for, I think, everybody. And it certainly was for me. So thanks for watching. We got a bunch more parts. I was putting out parts into my late 30s, so there's a bunch more parts to come in the series. Drop a comment, tell me what you thought about this. Hit the thumbs up, it helps me with the algorithm, and subscribe to see the new episodes. And I love all you guys, and be well, be happy, and enjoy your day.